Welcome guys, so I invite you to stay and listen to this because it really gave me an insight into what matters for a man's happiness. In modern times, many young men and boys are convinced that social life and leisure time, gaming and fun predict happiness. But is this really the case? Let's have a look at a couple of studies that are concerned with men's happiness. The first survey we look at was conducted by Dr. John Barry of University College of London in cooperation with the company Harry's. They analyzed the responses of 5,000 men across the United States to come to a conclusion what influences their happiness and positive mindset. They found that the strongest predictor by far is satisfying employment. Quote, "Men who have high job satisfaction are more likely to feel optimistic, happy, motivated, emotionally stable, in control and confident." Job satisfaction was by far the strongest predictor of mental positivity, around 3 times more relevant than the next strongest predictor. Most interestingly, it wasn't about what men earned. Rather, the impact men had on their company's success predicted job satisfaction. While over 96% of those who indicated high job satisfaction had normal or better levels of mental positivity, only 49% of those that indicated low job satisfaction were found to have this. So 51% of those that weren't satisfied with their job also had less than normal levels of mental positivity. This leaves us with an interesting impression that rather than health or wealth, which are commonly touted as main factors for men's happiness, positive engagement for making an impact through work is what contributes mainly to a positive mindset. These findings align with an earlier summary of 2017 also conducted as part of this cooperation between Dr. Barry and the company Harry's, which analyzed the happiness of 2,000 British men. Similarly, they found that men who have high job satisfaction are very likely to be content in other aspects of their life. This does not necessarily mean that you have to work 45 hours at the steel factory. The report points to a more progressive work-life balance for men with autonomy, for example being a consultant, self-employed or an entrepreneur, often cited as being associated with increased job satisfaction, especially for fathers. Now it's very interesting what kind of factors contribute most to job satisfaction. And the survey finds these factors to have the biggest impact. The feeling of making a direct impact on success of the workplace, so the contribution to common success. Sociability, chatting with workmates, so improved social life. Having their opinion valued, so experiencing appreciation, and having a diverse set of perspectives, so being surrounded by interesting people and diverse perspectives. Research that confirms this perspective comes from the Netherlands. Sean de Hoon analyzed the work habits of people and the impact on their happiness. He finds that men are happier when they work full-time, meaning the more you work, the happier you are. However, this clearly has a limit, as we know that too much work and chronic stress can also impact health and well-being negatively. Now, what explains this effect? Having read the research, I would argue it is strongly related to having an impact in our lives. Putting our energy towards a goal and realizing our potential. Having a sense of purpose that also involves engagement as part of a group. Work makes us independent by earning ourselves, gives us a different social setting and also fulfills the traditionally masculine role of being the breadwinner. On the other hand, the opposite. Unemployment can have disastrous effects on a man's health. Studies from Spain and Bosnia-Herzegovina show this. This is likely due to men being particularly affected, likely because there is more societal expectation for men to work and societal stigma related to unemployment. Men who are not employed experience a rise in mental health issues such as depressive symptoms, anxiety, higher stress level and higher mortality risk, and they are generally in worse health. This also seems to affect men's confidence and ability to handle problems. There are indications that long-term unemployment particularly gives rise to mental and general health issues. So guys, what can we take away from this? We can clearly see that work has a major impact on men's happiness and health, particularly mental health. As the surveys and studies point out, work can have the biggest impact on overall satisfaction and happiness for men. So having a job where you have an impact, are appreciated for what you do, and you can connect socially to other people that have interesting diverse perspectives, can significantly improve how you feel about yourself and life. This does not necessarily mean that you have to be employed at a company. It can also mean you work self-employed or as an entrepreneur, which is equally, or what I would assume, even more fulfilling. Unemployment is particularly problematic, and I would argue that this is due to a loss of purpose, less structure in social life, and a worsened economic situation. Additionally, you have the social stigma that is attached to this. It can have dramatic effects on mental and overall health and well-being. So get to work, man. Whether it's being a digital marketing specialist, a steel factory worker, or a self-employed consultant. Thanks for watching guys, be sure to comment and subscribe if you like, and as always, stay awesome.